Tilling and cover cropping. I think that's gonna be the way forward with this area. About a month ago, this area where I'm standing right now had tansy growing taller than my head. I hired a couple guys that had the machinery to take it down, and they cleared out a huge area. And then about a week and a half ago, I noticed all this tansy shooting up again here in this area. I had an extra tarp lying around, so I went ahead and threw it down there in an attempt to kind of choke it out. As you see, my tarp wasn't big enough. And it looks like right here, the tansy is actually still growing and pushing the tarp upward. It actually looks like it's had some decent effect on it. Tansy's definitely wilted and losing a little bit of its color. It hasn't died back as much as I'd hoped, but definitely more than I actually expected. The last few days I've been thinking about how this technique is really designed for a garden bed situation. It's not really designed to control the level of noxious weeds that I have. So I've been trying to think of a more intensive and effective means to control this area while regenerating it. It occurred to me I could rent a tiller, till this area up, overseed it with a cover crop. It's gonna come up fast and help to build organic matter in the soil and outcompete the tansy. That's it for the tilling for now. I'm not sure how great this is gonna come out. The area behind me right here is where I had tarped. That area actually tilled pretty nicely. I was getting a lot of soil turning, a lot of the tansy was going in. That little spot right there worked out pretty well. The rest of this back here is a different story though. There's this huge section over here that has landscaping fabric down everywhere. It's beneath the surface, it's under like a layer of grass and roots. So it's super hard to get up, and the tiller blades kept getting caught on it. And through here, the litter on the ground is so thick. I was tilling all through here, and I was getting a lot of dust coming up. I think a big part of the problem with the tilling job today though was me. I have never used a tiller before. I've never had the occasion. For gardening in our suburban lots, we've always just done raised gardening or container gardening. And we've just never had the occasion to have a tiller before. So that may have been a contributing factor. I got off to a rough start with it, but I think the last 30 minutes of it or so, I was doing okay with it. Another factor I was dealing with is this is the drain field. So I had to be really careful with tilling. That's why I wasn't spending too much time tilling up any one spot. I really can only just scratch the surface on the drain field. If I go down too deep, I could risk damaging the drain field. So what's the deal with all the landscaping fabric and all the old plastic planting pots? The neighbors told us that the previous owner owned a landscaping business and they never lived here. This was a rental unit for a long time, so he used this property as his dumping grounds, as his boneyard for all the old landscaping junk he would get rid of. In our field here east of the garden, you see this huge debris pile out here. There were a lot more of these piles all throughout this field I'm standing in now when we bought the place, but we didn't know we're here because this was so overgrown with all these weeds, we couldn't see these piles. In the spring, it was 12 trailer loads to the dump hauling this stuff off. It was crazy, but most of it's out of here now. It's just a few piles like this that are remaining, but we keep finding more and more surprises, like all that landscaping fabric up there in front of the house where the tansy was growing. Who knew? I think little buddy's looking for me. What you doing, little buddy?
I wanted to come here to pet the sheep.
You want to pet them?
Yeah, do you?
Sure.
So was it worth it?
I don't know. I'm still gonna put some seeds down, especially where I had the area tarped. The soil came up really good there. I think we had a lot of good tilling action going on there, so I'm gonna definitely seed that. I'm gonna seed more of it too. I just don't have confidence that the seed will work in the other areas because the litter is so thick. But I don't know. Usually when we finish these projects, I'm talking about the homestead success, and I don't know. I'm not feeling it on this one.
Yeah, time will tell. Pieces of plastic sheeting that are 10 feet by 25 feet long. We couldn't find one piece that would cover everything. We need to do a little more research. And in all likelihood, if a very stiff wind blows, our 10 minutes of handiwork will be for naught, but at least tonight and probably tomorrow, it'll keep everything out of harm's way. We're very hopeful we can get 2 more weeks of good produce out of here. Stay tuned for more fun in the garden.